Good morning to one and all. Once again, welcome back to history class. In this class, we are going to see the chapter number 5. I request you, please continue with me. Chapter number 5, Kingdoms, Kings and Early Republic. The name of the chapter is Kingdom, Kings and Early Republic. In that topics, we are going to see how some men become rulers, Janpadas and Mahajanpadas, and after that we will see a closer look to Magda and Vanchi. Next, moving towards the chapter. First, how some men become rulers. We are going to see how one person can become a ruler, how one man can become rulers. So how some men become rulers. Choosing leaders or rulers by voting is something that has become common during the last 50 years or so. Nowadays, we are choosing our leader by casting the vote in favor of that particular party or the person, right? So next point here, in those days, what was the situation we are going to see? How did men become ruler in the past? Some of the Rajas we read about in the previous chapter, that means chapter number 4. Were probably chosen by the Jana and the people. But around the 3000 years ago, we find some changes taking place in the ways in which the Rajas were chosen. Some men now become recognized as a Raja by performing very big sacrifice. So here, we are going to see about what is the very big sacrifice. So we are going to understand about the Ashwamedha Yajna. Right? Which Lord Rama also performed, and his son Lava and Kush catch that particular horse Ashwamedh ka Ghoda. The Ashwamedha or the horse sacrifice, one of such ritual. A horse was let loose to wander freely and it was guarded by the Raja's men. If the horse wandered into the kingdoms of other Raja and they stopped it, they had to fight. If they allowed the horse to pass, it meant that they accepted that the Raja who wanted to perform the sacrifice was stronger than them. If he stopping it, they have to fight. If they are allowing it, it means they are accepting that the Raja is more powerful from them. These Rajas then invited to sacrifice, which was performed by specially trained priests who were rewarded with a gift. The Raja who organized the sacrifice was recognized as being very powerful, and all those came brought a gift for him. In that holy rituals, the sacrifice was there, the yagna was there, Ashwamedh Yagna. In that particular kings, those who accepted that you are more powerful than us, they will come and become the spectator only and they will bring the gift. And the Raja will become more powerful. Next, the Raja was a central figure in this ritual. He often had a special seat, a throne or a tiger skin. His charioteers, who was his companion in the battlefield and witness his exploits and chant tales of his glory. His relatives, especially his wives and sons, and had performed a variety of minor rituals, and the other Rajas were simply sitting there and watching their spectators, who had to sit and watch perform of the sacrifice. Whatever the performance of the sacrifice, they will just see. The priests performed the ritual, including the sprinkling of the scattered water on the king. The ordinary people and the Vaishya also brought gift. However, some people such as those who were regarded as the Shudras, right? Who regarded as the Shudras by the priests were excluded from the many rituals. So here you can see about there was also a caste system in that the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So Shudras were out of that particular rituals. Next, we are going to see about Janpadas. So what are Janpadas we are seeing? The Raja who performed this big sacrifice were now recognized as being the Rajas of of Janpadas rather than Janas. Then the word Janpada literally means that the land where the Raja set its foot and settled down. Some important Janpadas are shown on the map number 4, that is given in the textbook page number 49. I request you please observe it. The Janpadas. Archaeologists have excavated a number of the settlements in these Janpadas as such as the Puran Kilas in Delhi. Ye Purana Kila is there in New Delhi, Hastinapur near Meerut and Aritika near the Echar, the last two in the Uttar Pradesh. They found that the people live in huts and kept cattle as well as other animals. They also grew a variety of crops such as rice, wheat, barley, sugarcane, sesame and mustard. They made earthen pots. Some of these were grey in color, others were red. One special type of pottery found at these sites is known as painted grey. These painted grey pots were used whenever the special ceremony will be there or special peoples are coming at their home. As it's obvious from the name, these grey pots had painted design, usually simple line and geometric patterns. This photograph is also given in the textbook. Now Mahajanpadas. About 2500 years ago, some Janpadas become more important than others are known as Mahajanpadas. From Janpadas, they become more powerful, so they are called as Mahajanpadas. Some of these are shown on the map number 4. You can see that most Mahajanpadas had a capital city. Many of these were fortified. Fortified, that means wherever they were living, ruling, there was a fortification, fencing, wall, right? This means that a huge wall of wood, brick or stone were built around them. And for what purpose? We are going to see in the upcoming slides. Please see this. At the last, we are going to have one question also. So this slide is very important. In your textbook, please have a tick mark. Forts were probably built because the people were afraid of attacks from the other kings and needed protection. It is also likely that some rulers wanted to show how rich and powerful they are, and they were building really large, tall and impressive wall around their city. Also, in this way, the land and the people living inside the fortified area could be controlled more easily by the king. So why there was a fortification? Because they need protection, because they need an easy way to control the population and make them to be in a safer site. Building such huge wall require a great deal of planning, thousands, if not lakhs or bricks, stone had to be prepared. This is done means enormous labor, provide possibility by thousands of men and women and children are resource had to be found for all of these. The new Raja now began maintaining armies. Now the new Raja started to keep armies also. And soldiers were paid regular salaries and maintained by the king throughout the year. Some payments were probably made by using the punch mark coin, which you can see on page number 84 in your textbook. You will read more about these points in chapter number 8. Taxes. Now we are going to see how the rulers of Mahajanpadas were taking taxes. As the rulers of Mahajanpadas were building huge forts for maintaining big army, they needed more resources, right? So they started to collect the taxes from the people. In which form? These are the form taxes on the crops, right? There were taxes on craft also. For example, a weaver or a smith may have had to work for a day every month for the king. Herders were also expected to pay the tax in the form of animals or animals produce, whatever the things will be there. There were also tax on the goods were brought and sold through the traders. By the trading also, whatever the goods they are bringing, on that they have to pay tax. The hunter and gatherer also provide the forest products to the Raja. So in the following ways, the Raja used to collect the taxes from the people, those who are living under the kingdom in their area. Next, changes in agriculture. There were two major changes in agriculture around this time. One was growing use of iron plowshares. This means that the heavy clay soil could be turned over a better than a wooden plowshare. So more grains could be produced. Second, first here the use of iron in agriculture. Second, began transplanting paddy. So paddy transplanting they started to do. This means that instead of scattering seeds on the ground from the plants, they used to have sprouting after the sapling were grown, and after that they used to sift. Paddy means rice. This led to increase the production and the peoples were more benefited and for their survival. Next, breaking the work generally, slave men, women, dasas, dasis and landless agriculture. Now we are going to see about the two important places, about a closer look to Magda and a closer look to Vachi. Find Magda on the page number 49, which is given in the map number 4. Magda became the most important Mahajanpada in about 200 years. Many rivers such as Ganga, Son flows through Magda. And that was important for transport, water supply, making of the land fertile. Parts of Magda were forested. Elephants which lived in the forest could be captured and trained for the army. Forests also provide wood for building houses, carts, chariots. Besides, there were iron ore mines in the region could be tapped to make strong tools and weapons. So here we are seeing the story of Magda, the important place, the Mahajanpada, one of the powerful, right? And what is the story? Who was ruling over there? And we will learn about their ancestor, right? Next, Magda has the two very powerful rulers, Bimbisara and Ajatasattu, who used all possible means to conquer other Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. Nanda was another important ruler. He extended his control up to the northwest part of the subcontinent, right? Rajgiriha, that present day Rajgir in Bihar, was the capital of Magda for so many years. Later, this capital was shifted to Patliputra, that is also present in Bihar, that means in Patna. Next, more than 2300 years ago, a ruler named Alexander, who lived in the background in Europe, wanted to become the world conqueror. Of course, he didn't conquer the world, but did conquer the part of Egypt and West Asia and some of the Indian subcontinent, reaching up to the bank of the Beas. When he wanted to march further eastward, his soldiers refused. They were scared as they heard about the rulers of India had a vast army of foot soldiers, chariots and elephants. See, at that time also India was so powerful and the rulers of our India were so strong. A closer look to Vaji. While Magda became a powerful kingdom, Vaji, with its capital at Vaishali, Bihar, was under a different form of government known as Gana or Sangha. In a Gana or a Sangha, there were not one but many rulers. Sometimes even when thousands of men ruled together, each one was known as Raja. These Rajas performed rituals together. They also met in assembly and decide that what to do and how. Through the discussion and debate, for example, if they were attacked by the enemy, they met a discussion what should be done and how. Next, however, man and dasas and kamakara could not participate in this assembly. So we will have at the back side one more important question. Who were the people who were not allowed to attend the meeting, right? So these were the people, women, dasas and kamakaras could not participate in these assembly. Okay? Next, both the Buddha and Mahavira about whom you are going to study in chapter number 6 belong to Gana and Sanghas. Some of the most widely description of the life Sanghas can be found in Buddhist book. Rajas of powerful kingdom tried to conquer the Sangha. Nevertheless, these lasted for a very long time till about 1500 years ago. When the last of the Ganas of Sangha were conquered by the Gupta rulers, you are going to read in the chapter number 10. So here we are summing up with this chapter. In this chapter we had seen about the Janpadas, Mahajanpadas. We had seen what the peoples used to do in the agriculture, what was the different changes, how they used to collect the taxes and so on. Next we are going to see about the question answers. First we will see true and false, right? I request you, whatever the true and false answers are mentioned here, please rectify by reading the textbook and let me know whether these are correct or not. The Raja who led the Ashwamedha horse passed through their lands were invited to the sacrifice. So the answer is true. The charioteer sprinkles current water on the king. False. The priest used to do. The archaeologists have found the places in the settlement of Janpada. False. D. Pots were stored, green were made of painted greenware. No, that was used for the special occasion. That's answer false. Many cities of Mahajanpadas were fortified. Yes, it is true. Next. Fill in the chart given below with the terms hunter-gatherers, farmer, trader, crop person, herders. You should not write this question in your textbook. You have to fill up in the textbook only. Notebook, no need to write this question. Just farmers, place it here. Traders, place it here. Crop person, place it here. Herders here. And hunter and gatherer here. Like you have to write in your textbook only. If you don't have the textbook, please take a screenshot and make this type of shapes in your notebook and please do it. Question number 3. Who were the group who could not participate in the assembly of Gana? So already just now in the previous slide we have seen that were the women, dasas and kamakaras who were not allowed to participate in the assembly. Please see the answer. After that we are going to see the question number 4. Why did the Rajas of Mahajanpada build fort? Already I stated to you this question when we were talking about that particular site. So that slide we have to move and find out the answer. So this is the answer taken from the straightway the textbook. Why they used to build the fort? They were probably built fort because people were afraid of attack from other kings and needed protection. And it is also likely that some ruler wanted to show how rich and powerful they are and they want to make impressive walls around the city and for the control the people easily so they can rule properly. Next, question number 5 you have to do by yourself. In what ways are the present day election different from the ways in which the rulers were chosen in the Janpadas? In present day, the person who is having the age of 18 or above 18, they are eligible to cast vote. Right? But here in this system, the Janpadas were different. Right? So you have to try it for yourself. No need to write this question in the notebook. The Janpadas, they used to have the Ashwamedha Yagya and so on. You can frame your own answer, but no need to write in the notebook. Lastly, I thank each and everyone for watching this video and I request you, please do the homework and please take a photograph and send me. Lots of cadets, they are sending their photograph on my WhatsApp personal number. I am grading them very effectively. You are doing the work. I like very much and I thanks to you very much. Thanking to each and everyone once again. Jai Hind.